Grand rising, grand rising, America. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new great day. And I am so happy to be here yet again. So thank you, Lord Jesus, for allowing me to see another day. And with that, I will try to do my best to make it a great day. Okay. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I did. I pretty much did some things I said I was going to do. Okay. But I definitely had some me time and some grandma time. All right. And it was wonderful. I took my grandbaby, she's 4 years old, to see her first little live musical, and she enjoyed it. And I like to take it a step further. I'm going to try to see about getting her into a musical herself, both of my grandchildren, because um they're so talented. Anyway, I'll introduce y'all to them one day. But let's keep this show. Look, let's get this show on the road. So happy magnificent Monday. What's been going on around the world today? Well, not even today, over the weekend. So let's. This is gonna be really quick too. I just wanted to get on here, say hi, and we'll get back into some stuff later because I got to get ready to go to work. You hear me? So let me do what I'm gonna do. All right, number one. I gotta do my bells and whistles because I just love to do that. Because I love to do that. So, you guys, you all, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Button for me. One more time. Button for me, please. It just helps me out to help get this show pushing into the algorithm, okay? So I know a lot of you watch and you say, "Oh, I forgot to hit the subscribe button. I forget to hit the like button. I forgot to hit the bell." Please don't forget. Try to remember. Make that the first thing when you enter into the room. So welcome into the room. All right. Now, what's been going on that I know of over the weekend? And as the world turns,
as the world turns.
okay. So as the world turns, I just have fun with it. Look, I have really good fun with this type of stuff. Yeah. As the world turns, we're just gonna hit some stuff. We're gonna come back to some things. So we was talking about the executive order that Donald Trump signed, which he signed so many. So I went to a meeting, I seen some people that I know and stuff, and they was saying how they was feeling a little stressed out about the new executive order about the shit, come back to about the freaking about, about the freaking about the freaking loans, the student loans, okay? About the student loans. And they talking about starting in May that all the loans in deferment will begin to be processed. They're gonna take it from your job. They're gonna garnish your check or anything. I'm thinking of something. That's why I'm stalling too. So let me find something right quick. Give me 1 second. Let me entertain you with some music. because this came to my mind. I'm gonna try to find it. So let me try to give you something to watch while I do this right quick. Um, yeah, watch this right quick. Cause while we talking about student loans, I want you to see Jasmine Crockett, a U.S. senator. I mean, not senator. She's a congressperson, and she did like a commencement speech at one of the universities. So I'm gonna let you just see a little bit of that. We're not getting into it. So let me do my disclaimer.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you Representative Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Like I think she's really in Texas. She's been very forceful. She's a Democrat, and she's been out there, saying what she want to say, what she need to say, and we should watch her and see, if she's out here making any solid moves, like going against the grain with votes or whatever we need to do. So I also going to show you how to find your Congress people. So that is going to be something we're going to get into this week, Congress. Because if you remember, and I hope that as you're listening to these podcasts, that you're remembering the information that we are sharing. I have a notebook that I'm taking notes. So sometimes I take notes and sometimes I freestyle. With freestyling, I do the most. But we've been talking about a lot of different issues. So everything we talk about, even though it may not be in order, it all comes together. So if you remember the quick little short that I showed you about the executive order, because 47 signs a lot of them, and they are not in effect until it goes through Congress. But it seems like sometimes everybody can't wait to get it going on and popping. Right? When he say, "Oh, I'm thinking about, segregation." Oh, because they did that. A teacher did that at a school, black and white signs at the water fountains, doorways and stuff. And I can cover that with you too later, but I'm telling you about it. But you can easily Google it. So the teacher that practiced segregation in an elementary school. That was like 2 weeks ago. When Donald Trump said he was going to do it, she couldn't wait. So what I'm saying is, with the executive order, it don't supposed to happen until Congress approve it or disapprove it. But because people are so anxious that's on his train, when that train pull up and say, "Hey, this is what we're going to do, this is where we're going with this," they jump right on and say, "Hey, can we do it? Can we really do it?" So that's what's happening. And the teacher said she did it for an experiment to show the kids. These are elementary kids. She didn't mean no harm about it. White teacher did it, and segregation. White kids drank out this one. Black kids drank out of this water fountain. Black kids come through this door. White kids come through this door. I don't even know what she did with the like with the Spanish and Asian. Like, what did she do with that? That's a good question to ask, because I know they probably got more than 2 race that go to that school. So what? So everybody else come through the white line? Good question. What happens when you do segregation? If they say whites over here and blacks over here, what does happen to Asian, Spanish, like all these different nationalities here? What really does happen? Everybody besides black folks? Like, so white here, black there, or everybody here other than blacks? Good question to figure out. So anyway, with the executive order happens to be accepted or not accepted by Congress, that is the question. So meanwhile, I think we need to get to know our Congress people. So as we move along, I'm going to give you a website so that you can find out who your congressperson is in your district. My congressperson is Miss Jennifer Come on now, Jennifer McLean. I said it wrong, Jennifer McCollin. Hey, you work with me now. Work with me. Yeah, I met her personally. She's really nice. I'm gonna try to show you a clip of her too. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I'm gonna represent my Congress lady. So, let me write that down. All right. So, meanwhile, we'll do that. Take a listen to Jasmine Crockett. Just very short. U.S. Congress, talking to some college graduates, and she's very forceful. And follow her, get to know her. So let me share this with you all. I'm not going through the whole thing. I already got it set up at a certain spot. So, listen from there. If you wanna, hear the whole thing, you can see the link. Which is right here. Representative Jasmine Crockett. That's her link. You can go right there, go to her page, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification because she's very forceful and she's out here. Everybody that know her already, put a 1 in the chat. Let's go.
Rooms is just as much of a protest as Ann and Memphis pulling up to Woolworths in 1963. It's the paradox and parallels for me. We are currently standing upon more than 500 acres of sanctuary and a launch pad for the civil rights movement in Mississippi, a training ground that birthed civil rights warriors with pens, prayers, and protest signs, a training ground that birthed me as I stand before you. They want to do everything they can to delete this sacrificial work and those born from it, if not only just from the history books, but they want to delete the progress and the beneficiaries of said work from their present ranks. As I stand here in this safe space, still only one of the few places that an institution can invite me to speak. Okay, so that went over some of y'all's heads. But my 50-year grads understood what I was putting down.
All right. So anyway, that's her. That's her doing her little commencement speech to the children, and that's very good. So moving on, check her out. We're going to highlight student loans and going to college and stuff. which 47 is getting ready to try to make it very hard. And we shall and find a way for all our kids to get educated. And there's different ways of doing so. So I do promote college, I promote trades, I promote certification, um, whatever you like to do. We have to start getting outside of whatever this American dream. Like if I feel like if you're going to college, because it is a healthy debt to go in, unless you might have like parents that was in the military and then you don't have to really pay scholarships, just different opportunities where you can get into college at a good price. But I do not suggest going in there signing these loans and you coming out of school with a very um high student loan debt, you know, unless you're going to study something like you're going to be a doctor, a dentist, stuff that you have to go and study. I don't know all the courses, but, I think like I wouldn't go myself personally to do a whole lot of money debt to go and be a graphic designer. It's like people doing that. Even though software engineer, I got a team of girls that are so talented, and they got different educational backgrounds. But it's like being naturally talented to do some of these things. Like to me, like it's some girls that know how to do hair so very well and they never been to the hair school. And then there's some girls that go to the hair school and they're not very good. So, like, figure out what you really doing before you go and take out this big debt in school when you might can do it without a college degree and all of that debt. So look into trades, certification, degrees. Everything don't require none of that. Just natural talented. What is your ability to make it a source of income for yourself? Because that's the main goal, is creating some income for yourself so that you be able to live, because they pricing you for everything. This country is a nickel and dime type of thing. They want to get everything you got in your pocket, okay? So you have to determine what you want as far as debt is concerned. You know, the American dream, trying to get a house, shoot, houses might be straight up $1 million. By the time some of these kids are million plus, making it hard to obtain the American dream. Put your own dreams together and really start working towards it. I'm getting ready to do that with my grandbaby. She is 14 or 15 now. And like, let's figure out what you really want to do in life. Like how you want to live, where you want to live, what's your diet, all that type of stuff. What kind of car you think you want to drive? Do you think you want kids and all of that type of stuff? And it determines what kind of job you may need to require to get this stuff going, or where you should live. So anyway, we'll come back and we're gonna get deep into it about student loan, because I do have this, and this is going to be one of the videos that I'm going to share. But just giving you an idea today, but we will come back to it. Let me get it. Hold on. One second. Because we're going to come back to this.
You graduates are coming of age in an amazing time.
As Americans, we enjoy more freedoms and opportunities than citizens in any other nation on earth.
So my American dream is pretty simple. My American dream is just not living paycheck to paycheck.
We have the chance to get an education and work hard and give our children a better life.
You don't go to college, you don't get a job. Like, that's the only way you can make a living for yourself.
The challenge for our generation is to create a world where everyone has a sense of purpose.
All right. And that's just a little snippet, a little clip of what we're going to get back to. We're going to get back to that. We're going to go in deep because we're going to talk about that. And this is something that's all planned to keep the economy going. So this is just an example. And let me see if I can play this for you.
The Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion, but fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans? The Trump administration will never force taxpayers to pay student loan debts that don't belong to them. Student loan borrowers need clarity, and we're finally giving it to them. Borrowers will now be clearly expected to repay their loans, and those who default on their loan obligations will face involuntary collections. The Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion, but fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans? The Trump administration will never force taxpayers to pay student loan debts that don't belong to them. Student loan borrowers need clarity, and we're finally giving it to them. Borrowers will now be clearly expected to repay their loans, and those who default on their loan obligations will face involuntary collections. The Trump administration.
Did you hear that? So that means involuntary collections, like garnishing your check, putting liens and stuff on your property, like you will not get away with that. So, you know, like I say, Democrats was disappointed with Joe Biden and Harris, a lot of people. That's why I feel like they won, and everybody turned to Trump. But did you hear? She said nobody had to pay back no loans since 2022. So he come in the house, the White House, 47, and he like, him and his boys, like, oh, we're going to get this economy back up and running. People are back to work because he's like, get your lazy butt up and get back to work. Not because something good. He needed to get these buildings back full, get the train systems like in Washington where all the people was at home working from home because of the virus. And was still kind of working from home, and it was convenient. I know a lot of people work from home, like it just worked out. But Trump need to get this economy working. He don't. Everybody think like, oh, he gonna get this economy going good for us. No, the economy is not going good for us. It's going good for his good big, buddies that he hang out with, that he play golf with, and stuff like that. Get the economy going for them, not for us. We're just the little peons that help build the economy up. They base this all on us. That's why I say we, as the people, we can really make change. We just got to fight for it and make them put some spec on our name. They got to put some spec on our names. They don't think that we got any good sense. I'm going to tell you how bad of sense we got sometimes. When we get ready, here, one time we was getting ready to run out of gas. It was just roaming through the streets atmosphere, like word of mouth. Like, we might be getting ready to run out of gas. And people are like, okay. Just be chill, though. Some people believe it, some people don't. Soon as the news people get on there, which they create panic sometimes. And it's like, oh, we're about to be out of gas and blah, blah, this and that. And they go, but don't run and go get a lot of gas because we'll be out of gas today if you do that. Like, we could have a shortage of gas, but look, let the trucks get here into town to deposit the gas into what they do at the gas station. So we're going to get more gas. We could possibly run out of gas, but gas is on the way, right? Don't run and go get all the gas. Even though they announced it, go get we're getting ready to be out of the gas. So the people panic. And what did they do? Just what they said don't do. They ran and got all the gas. I mean, lines was down the block. People was putting gas in soda bottles and stuff. And the gas was melting through the plastic. Like, they was like, hey, you can't do that. You can't put the gas in there. I mean, people was just loading up on gas and putting it in anything they could put in. And we ran out of gas within hours, which was just ridiculous. We the people. Even like toilet paper, water, when the crisis was happening, everybody like just stocking up. And I don't have no problem with stocking up. But at the same time, don't panic. So we ran ourselves out of gas. So I'm saying all of that to say, we the people really have the power. Let's start using it the right way. Stop letting them control us and throw us in a panic. Because I think that's what they like to do, throw us in a panic, and then the instructions come. Even with the virus. Just throw you in a panic. And they was like, go get the shot, go get the shot, go get the shot. You got to get it or you're going to die. And people was running for it. I'm like, what the heck? They had just was trying to come up with the whole theory of it all. Like, what is it composed of and different things? Like, okay. All right. So basically, we the people, let's start trying to think things out first. Stop. This world is emotional. And me too. So, like, I'm not excluded from this type of stuff. I panic too. I have my moments. So, but we can control this. So back to what I'm saying about this student loan, the nerve of them. I can't even get over how she's standing there so proudly talking about what the president said. I mean, he filed bankruptcy 7 times. Didn't he don't pay his debt? Like, The nerve of him. The nerve of him. And at a time that you haven't even rebuilt the economy up. But see, this is building the economy up to me, how I'm looking at it, for them. So yeah, let's get that money for the government. Let's get that money back in. Let's get them back to work in the building, so you have to pay the rent. So you have to get the gas in your car. So you have to get them pay the train fare. So you have to pay this, how you have to pay that. Let's get the student loans back going. So they have to pay this, and let's do this, and let's do that. He's building up the economy for those, not for you. In my eyes. It's only my eyes, in my opinion. Anybody feel differently, you are welcome to feel that way. You can say, oh no, what the heck are you talking about, girl? He's doing a great job. And I see the benefit in what he's doing. You know, I have my opinion, you have your opinion. I have my lifestyle that I live, you have your lifestyle. And, I'm going to try to make it the best that I can. So, but I want us to go into the know. We got to start understanding all that we're doing. So I'm going to touch base because it's like a weekly review of what we're going to be talking about. So we are going to dig a little bit deeper into these student loans because they already teaching our kids. You heard them at the little graduation saying, well, they said if we don't go to college, we can't get no good job and we can't do this and we can't do that. They feeding them lies and tagging on a healthy student loan debt that is going to be hard to bankruptcy. Like, you're not going to get away from this. Welcome to the American dream. So you already got this debt coming out of coming out of college, trying to get that dream job. Will you get it? So anyway, let's keep it moving. That's something we're going to do. I can't do it now because I'm still trying to keep this thing short. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to show you where to go to learn your Congress people. All right. There you go. Let me try to open it up bigger for me to see. I don't think y'all see that. Like I said, I'm in the back. I'm in the back of the office learning how to do this stuff. Let me show you how to do this, son. Yeah, I'm excited though. I like doing this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a good time. Doing it. So anyway, I can't even bring it up right now. So go to congress.gov. You see that? Congress.gov. Write it in your notebook. Write it in your phone. Do something. All this information that I'm sharing, you should be taking notes some kind of way. And that I feel like, oh, I'm dropping heavy facts and stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to do my part. I am really trying to do my part. I could be on here. I like to talk. Anybody that know me, and I got a lot of people out there that's listening to me right now because they know me. And I thank you all for taking the time out of your day to hear what I have to say. Thank you all for your feedbacks to me and everything. And you know the reasons why I do what I do. Number one, I talk a lot. I forgot. My son gave me a definition. This was back in the day. I can't even. If he come back out here, I'm gonna ask him the word. But it's like somebody to talk way too much. So I talk a lot. I'm a very, very sociable person. Um, Plus, I'm doing this, like I said, for my generation of kids and family. So when I'm gone, they can always refer back to this. My great grandkids will be able to hear my voice, see my face, and all that type of stuff, and say, "This is my great grandma used to do," and stuff like that. She was pretty cool, right? And who knows where this might lead me, because I do feel like God, got me talking and doing what I do for a reason. Right, so I could have came on here, and if you go back and look into my history, you'll see I started this channel right when the virus was starting. It was like doing YouTube. That's when YouTube started taking off. But I didn't really have anything to talk about. I was going to talk about relationships, or I was going to do like a family thing. My family like, no, you ain't going to do no family show. I don't want to be on no YouTube with my business and stuff. And then I'm like, everybody wanted to talk about relationship. I just couldn't figure out what to do. And this right here seems to be my passion, right? So, and you'll learn more about me as we go along. So, I like to get out here, talk about, I'm having a decent time talking about the government, okay? And just discovering things. Man, if I would have knew some of the stuff that I know now when I was younger, I would be in better shoes. So that's what we're trying to teach. That's what I'm trying to teach. So back to the college thing, and that's number one. First of all, we got to help our kids get through the school system, because they already trying to, diagnose them with ADHD and labeling them and all kinds of stuff. And, the school, what is it, prison, the pipeline and all that type of stuff. First, we got to help them get out of school to even get to college, and even to pass these tests and all this type of stuff to get into college, and money and all this. So we got a lot to do. And that's why we talk about the things that we talk about. So let's get to know some of these people. So Congress.gov is where you go to find out who your Congress person is, right? And let's stop being controlled by the government all the time, because we, the people, really control the government. We vote them in. We should start holding them accountable. Can we do that? Some people think we can, some people can't. But you can't do nothing if you don't try, right? So you can't even do nothing if you don't even know who your congressperson is. You got to write letters, you got to do this, you got to do that. You got to stay on it. Because if you just be passive, they're going to just run over you. Yeah, they're just going to run over you and do what they do, and you're going to be doing for them when they're supposed to be doing for you. So get to know who your congressperson is, because what we have learned is that executive orders do not supposed to pass through if Congress don't approve it or disapprove it. So who is Congress? And when people move on these orders without Congress saying it's a go or it's a no, then we need to be trying to figure out, hey, Congress, why you ain't on it? Congress, to me, should be just as quick as he can sit there and sign his executive order and open up the book and say, see, Congress need to be right there going, see to, no, I oppose, I'm with it, whatever you're going to do. Congress need to be on it. Not something that you figuring out. Read the plan. His 2025 project. Project 2025. He doing everything he said he gonna do. But just be there. Like, okay, he passing out executive orders every day. If I was in Congress, I would have my little posse together. Like, he putting out an order. Did he put out an order yet? That's what I'll be like. Did he put out an order yet? Because I'm voting no. Like, whatever. Like, y'all ready? Like, he's sitting at the desk. He's sitting at the desk. He about to pass out an order. Y'all ready? Congress, you ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Be on it. You got to get on it. So we have to make sure Congress is on it. We're not letting stuff slide anymore. So with that being said, go to your congress.gov and find out who your congressperson is. Now, moving on. You can also go here. Right here, govtrack.us, tracking Congress in the White House. Bookmark this stuff. Write it down in your phone notes. Put it in a notebook. Put it somewhere. You can label the title, excuse me, my daily how to stay alive. I don't know what you can title it. But you need to be able to refer to things. Like, how do I get to my Congress? And then teach it. If you got teenage kids, young kids, I mean, you can share the information. They're never too young to know. Voting is important. I don't care. You know, people going saying, oh, our votes don't count, blah, blah, this and that. It's the electoral vote, all this different stuff. But you better keep voting while you can. Because they don't want you to vote anymore anyway. And then they're going to definitely be trying to control us. Not just black folks. They want to control the world. Voting is important. So if you go to this govtrack.us, you can find out who's who in Congress, in the White House, who roll like so. I think it's 100 members. And that's something we're gonna come back to. I think it's 100 members in Congress, and you learn who they are, who represents you, what they've been standing for, what they haven't been standing for, and what they should stand for. And you write letters and you do stuff to try to make them do right. But if you don't say nothing, then they just keep doing it. They just keep doing it. It's like a bully that just keep taking your cookie every day, and you just sit there and let them take your lunch or whatever. You let them take your lunch every day, and you don't say nothing. He's gonna keep taking your lunch because it's just too easy. That's the bully in him. He can't help it. And the day that you decide to stand up and say, hey, you can't take my lunch anymore, he's going to be like, oh, what, you want to stand up for yourself? It's going to shock him a little bit, but like, I've been taking your lunch for months now. I'm going to take your lunch today. Yeah, I wish you would try to stop me. And then it's up to you. I don't know how to tell you how to do it. Because I ain't got I don't know if you should like, what, get it down, you know what I'm saying? Get it on, whatever. Or you say, all right, like, you're going to take it today, but you ain't going to keep taking it. Like, I don't got the strategy for you. I can only do it for me. Even with my kids, I'm like, you know, you tell them to do this and that. If you see a dog, like, to run. And then one time my daughter said she couldn't get away from the dog. And Well, it was her friends, right? And her brother said too. He said, "Mom said, don't run from dogs and make them chase you. But I say you need to run. You got to figure this stuff out for yourself." So one time she was with her friends, and a dog was chasing them, and man, she was running. She was getting it. All of them was running. Besides, one of the girls was falling behind, and that's what she said. They was all getting it. The dog was getting close up on her. They won't turn it back to try to go get her. All right. Sometimes the situation, it is what it is. So my daughter said she screamed to the girl and said, "Stop running and just stand still." But she she was still running, right? And the girl, like the dog was gonna catch her anyway. So she ain't had nothing else to do but stop. And when she stopped, the dog just sniffed her and turned back around. Right? So you got to figure out your own scenarios. Like, what kind of dog was it? Was it an aggressive dog? Was it a dog just like to play? Could it have been aggressive and like the Lord was with her or whatever, you know? But one thing I always say, whatever you're going to do, don't do it scared. Because fear, people sense fear. So whatever you do, don't be scared. Even if you is scared, you're gonna be all right. Say a prayer or something, let it be what it is. So the bully keep taking, for me, if I didn't want to fight, say if I had a lunch tray, this is for me. I ain't even telling my kids or nobody to do it. For me, if I had a lunch tray and the bully came over there and said, "I'm gonna eat your food," because I'm probably not gonna fight, because the fight gonna get me put out of school. I know fights escalate. So this is what I'm gonna do. I want your food. Give me your tray. First of all, I'm gonna be eating it. I'm eating my tray. You gonna give me my tray, right? So, this gonna sound nasty. So I probably like spit in it or do something and say, "Oh, here you go." Or pull milk in it or do something really messed up to it and say, "Oh, my pleasure." There you go. Like that. Either that or I'm going to toss it on the floor like this. Bam. Now what? You ain't going to get it, and I'm not. I don't have it either. But one thing you not going to do is take it out my hand. And one thing I'm not going to do is hand it to you neither. If I hand it to you, like I said, I'm going to give you, put the milk or whatever I'm going to do to it and say, "Oh, my pleasure. Here you go." So anyway, we got to teach our kids, teach ourselves everything. Because like this stop and frisk that we just did, stop and frisk, stop and frisk, stop and frisk, that he just said that he, which is an executive order, and they haven't passed out yet, but them good old boys can't even wait to get going. So they already doing the crap. So what do you do? What do we do as adults when we get stopped by an unethical cop? What do our young people do? That's learning how to drive. What do our other kids do? What do everybody do when you have to deal with these scenarios? And it's for each his own. You want to obey the law. You don't want to go back and forth. You want to talk as less as possible. And I tell my kids not to really be out there resisting and stuff like that. If you got to go to jail, we could go and come and get you out the jail by bond and fighting for you and stuff. The key is to stay alive, right? But when you put in those situations, sometimes, do you lay there and let them choke you out too at the same time? Like, what do you do? And this is meetings we need to be having. So nobody has to really think so quick on their feet without really being able to sort out these feelings. If you understand what I'm saying. So anyway, lock these websites and stuff that I'm giving you. Lock them in and check them out. So that's that. So we got 2 of them. Congress.gov, finding out who your congressperson is. GovTrack.USA, who they are, about the White House and stuff, and just learning a little bit more. Look, we can't even play the game if we don't know how the game is played or don't even know nothing about the game. So this is what we're trying to do. The best that we can. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. All right. Now, I said I was going to show you my congresswoman. And I got her, I said her name all wrong. But let me show you her. And I had the opportunity to meet her and everything. And I'm proud of her. Because she's not sitting up there being quiet. Congress on the Hill, that's what they call her. She is trying to, she's out there speaking. So I'm proud of my congressperson, and we need to support her. She ain't sitting up in there being all scared to speak. I'm trying to just find something current, but I'm gonna give you something so you can see her. So you can see her. Here she go. Let's go when she first got sworn in. Come on. So this is our congresswoman. Oh, that's so quick too.
Oh, how about that?
Joined now, though, in Studio 3 by Free Speech.
Birthplace of American democracy. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to Representative Jackson for convening this special order, and Representative Cori Bush and Ayanna Pressley for your leadership in creating the Congressional ERA Caucus. I rise today as the first Black woman to represent Virginia, the birthplace of American democracy and the birthplace of American slavery. I rise as the former state legislator who led Virginia to become the 38th and final state necessary to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment. And it is poetic justice that Virginia was the final state necessary for ratification. It's been a long march towards equality in Virginia's history. In 1619, when the first women were recruited to Jamestown, it was to make wives to the inhabitants and their rights were surrendered to their husbands. They couldn't vote, they couldn't hold public office, they couldn't control their own property. African American women who arrived in 1619 were considered property and had fewer rights, if any at all. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence established the principle that all men were created equal with inalienable rights. They didn't mean me. And when the Constitution was developed for we the people in order to form a more perfect union, it didn't include me. The Constitution purported to create a government by, of, and for the people, but not for me, only for white men. And for the past centuries, we've made major progress to secure the blessings of liberty for every American, thanks to the struggle and sacrifice of Black women who were in the fight from the beginning, but were the last to benefit from our work. We were there in the fight to abolish slavery. As you heard, we were there in the fight for women's suffrage, even when we were told to march in the back. We marched for civil rights in the 1960s, even though we weren't given a speaking role. We have fought, organized, and marched for ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment for over 100 years. And it is absurd that 100 years after the ERA's introduction, that women still do not have the same constitutional rights as men. That is why I am not only committed, but honored to carry on this fight in Congress with my sisters in this fight, with Representatives Bush and Presley in the Congressional ERA caucus. Women across our nation have waited too long for equality. It is our time. Publish the ERA today so that tomorrow our daughters don't have to fight this same fight. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back my time.
Okay, so that was my congresswoman that represent Richmond. That's what it said, Petersburg and Emporia. That's what it said. Get to know your congressperson. And I am pretty pleased with her. She's been forceful. She's out here doing what she can do. That one was for women's rights, but she fight for the rights of Black folks, okay? But how about she fight for the right, the folks on this within human decency at the same time, you know, because she's in public office. She just can't always just be black. She is for human rights, decency, and all that type of stuff. So figure out who your congressperson is. And on that note, I covered everything. I covered everything that I wanted to cover besides one thing. This one right here is don't get distracted, young folks or whoever's involved with this. Let me share this information and then I'm going to get on up out of here. Right here. Come on, watch this.
Weinstein and Trump and things like that, they even had like them walking in and they take a picture like after
the federal court.
All right. So just a little clip. That is live. It's all the way live in New York City. Today is the first day I think P. Diddy trial is starting. And everybody on YouTube and like this is going to be a trending topic about what the heck is going on with him. Let's not get distracted about P. Diddy and all that type of stuff because I'm pretty sure an executive order is on the way. And we ain't got nothing to do with that. You ain't got a dog in that fight. unless somebody in your family, whatever, is related and got harmed by him. But we really don't have no dog in that fight. I'm surprised, honestly. Why 47 ain't even pardoning him out. You know, he let all his boys out to January 6th rioters or whatever you want to call them, and different people out. Why the heck? And I think he let Lil Wayne help Lil Wayne get out. Why he ain't get P. Diddy out? But who knows? Anything can happen. The case is starting. Somebody might put a word in, and 47 can make it all go away for P. Diddy. Because I actually think that he do like represent him or something. I'm not even too sure, because a lot of our big time black guys, when I say big time black guys, I'm talking like in the entertainment world, like 50 Cent, Mike Tyson, the ones with a little bit, dollars in their pocket, kind of go for them. So I'm pretty sure P. Diddy go for 47, and he ain't gonna get you. But who knows? Anything can happen. He might be on the way. And with that being said, don't get caught up in the foolishness. Keep your eyes on the prize, and that's us. We are the prize. We are the chosen one, and we are beautiful, and we are capable and magnificent and all of that great stuff. So remember that. Don't never let nobody break your stride. To win the game is to try to get to know how they play in the game, and we will be back with some more good information, and lock that in. Know your congressperson, so that we can start fighting some of these executive orders. And on that note, I'm going to hit that intro button. Outro. Intro, outro. You hear me? And we out of here. Have a great day.
I can see, baby, looking wild.